Okay, here we are again, folks, back at the mess. I mean the Chevy pickup. Alright, we got a new cab corner because they messed this up here whenever they put it in. I mean, there's some of the MIG wire right there. Break that off before it stabs me. And they just left big holes and filled them in with body filler, plastic filler. They put this new cab corner in. They put this new. They put the new inner. The only problem is, you need about a ½ an inch or better right in here, and I can't even get my finger in order to get the rubber weather stripping in. So this piece, we have deduced that they added it right here, and over into here and down. And the bottom of this door pillar is gone on the inside. I found that out. So I got to take this back out, take this corner out because right there's a hole. Very shabby work. The boss and I are on agreement that we believe that these individuals that done this body work prior to us bought all their plastic filler in a 55-gallon barrel. I think they have like a grease gun for the hardener. It's the only thing I can figure. Because they have it in here, right here, it's about a ¼ inch thick. And I dug out here, it was about a ½ an inch, where they welded the two together, shrunk the living tar out of it. And this corner here, they beat the living tar out of. Along in here, they beat it all up with a hammer. So there's two things that these fellas got to learn. First thing you got to do is take away their spreaders. The second thing is take away their hammers and their man card, because I don't think they're entitled to either. So we're going to take all of this out. I got to cut this, find all the welds. We got to clean it all up yet. But to cut this corner off, we're going to rehang the door so that before I cut anything, we're going to rehang the door, check our alignment, see what we got, see if things are messed up, how bad they are. But we're pretty sure this is the piece that's the offender right now. But when we get this off, I can put a new bottom on this, because the easiest way to do it would be to take this out and this out. And we don't know exactly what we're doing yet. It's discouraging as all hell. I feel bad for the individual that owns this vehicle. He's a friend of mine. I worked with him, and now it's a mess.
We're assuming the prior people who worked on this were sponsored by Play-Doh. So.
Yeah. I mean, they left a ¼ inch cap right here. Just fill it in with body filler. It'll be fine. Oh well. It is what it is. Body work and primer. Lovely. Plastic filler and primer. So, I'll get back to you after we get it all cleaned up, and I'll show you exactly what we got. It ain't gonna be pretty, I'll guarantee you that. Alright, we got it cleaned up to what we thought was bad. We had the door on, checked the gap up around the top and around this side here, and we got some work ahead of us. The door hits right around in here. They sliced it here, and they filled that with plastic filler, of course. Their welds are horrible. And then they cut this all the way to here and beat on it to make it fit, which it doesn't fit, but we'll fix that. We only have a little gap here, which we know about. The inner rocker is right here. It had two little welds here and one little weld on this end. Now, this is a factory job or a reproduction, and they had holes in it that you plug weld. But whoever did the job didn't plug weld it. So what we're going to do, we have a problem up by the latch, and we're going to correct that. And the bottom part of the rain gutter has got to be cut off and repaired. And they just put a piece in here and then filled it with whatever they use for seam sealer. Some of it's silicone caulk that we're gonna repair. Hey, what happened here? We'll fix that later. So we got little holes where they blew through and they just overlapped it, so nothing really fits right. They had 1/4 of an inch of plastic filler in here, so we're going to cut all that just behind their welds, and then I'll take it out. I'm going to cut right along here, probably from about here. I'll cut right along this edge. Then I'm going to fold this over, and then I'll cut a little more out, make a pie shape cut, and then weld that back together. But first, I got to cut it off here and see what I got to do to clean this all up so we don't have 3/8 of an inch of Bondo, excuse me, plastic filler. Now the bottom of this B-pillar is rotted off, so we got to repair that. This corner we know is coming out. We hung the door, we got it, the gap up here is a little off, and we're going to repair that. The front of it, we got some repair to do. What else we got? The original floor that was here, they left part of it. They cut off about 60% of it and still left rust. Why they didn't take it all is beyond me. So I have to. But first we got to get that. We got to cut along here, cut this out, and then we got to, this is all twisted down and we got to twist it back up, and it's high, so I got to push it back down. So I got to cut all of this off here, and this whole thing has got to go down about 1/8 of an inch because the door hits right here. 1/8 to whatever, 5/16, 3/16, whatever we got to do. We'll do that. We'll put the door back on and check that. But before we can put the door back on, I'll turn you and I'll show you the other problem. All right, these 3 bolts hold the bottom hinge. If you pull these bolts out, the nut plate behind it drops down into about here. So that means the cage that holds it in place, but still allows you to move it a little bit, is rotted off. So we got to cut it and open this up, rebuild the cage, and put this back in. I may do it from in here inside, I'm not sure yet. We'll see what we got. There is a rot hole here that I got to fix, so I may cut just in there and see what we got. We'll figure it out one way or another. I just feel bad for the guy that owns this vehicle. They beat all over this thing to make it fit, and we got to unbeat it, and they welded horribly. But sure, we can fix your car. 4 weeks, got to leave the car. We'll get to it. All right, let's see where we're at. We're going to cut right down along here, about here, just below this little body line. We're going to cut it right off. Down along here, we're going to leave the other junk, just so I can see what's behind here. We got new corners, like I said, so we'll just put it in there, because that's what we do. It's going to get noisy.
Ice in my veins, I've been driving this train. Years in this lane, there's no stopping this flame. Cause I came to the game and I changed it to play how I like, rearranged it to my own domain. Yeah, I got what it takes, made lots of mistakes, taking shots, skipping breaks, feeling lost, feeling great, popping off, singing straight, never stopped, never changed. All the squad here to play, and I've got something to say, yeah. I work hard each and every day, I get lost in the words I say. I don't push pause, no I push play. I won't stop till I make a change. I withdraw on the things I make. I turn flaws into flawless traits. I build tall, never capped in space. I won't stop till I hear him say, oh, oh, la, 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 la.
Jeez. Jeez Louise. I gotta undo everything they done. I don't care. This is all gobbed up in here. Next door to useless. I don't know what they were thinking. I don't think I want to know. Just as I thought. Fill it in with Bondo. Put the plastic filler right to her. Oh, just tear these guys a new one. Why would anybody do this? I don't understand it. Okay. I guess I should explain. Come on, move. When you're cutting a panel off, you don't know what's behind it, like down in here. So what you want to do is you know what your gauge metal is. You want to try to keep an eye on the wheel so that when you're going in, you don't see like this part here, you don't go in and cut that off. You want to just, the outside metal is all you want to cut. You'll leave a little line here and there on it, but just don't go too deep. Of course, then you could be like the idiots that done this, and I don't know. Some things I just don't understand. Not only is this aggravating, but it's a lot more work. It's all Bondo. All plastic filler. Been better to find another cab.
I looked last night. I found a $1,000 project, and but they've already taken the rockers off, free floating like that Firebird, and it's like, okay, that's not a good one. And then I found a $4,000 complete truck, unknown how the cab was, and that's too much to pay for a cab.
That you got to spend another
Well, both of them together.
$5,000
Either one, you know. I'm gonna keep my eye out, but yeah, we're just gonna have to keep going. That is horrible.
It is. Well, somebody has put this bottom section of this pillar in at one time. You can see it.
Man, I do see it.
Yeah, that's why I was wondering if they. Now I'm wondering if they do make.
Or did they cut?
And move the door, so I don't know, the post.
Why would they cut it? But yeah.
And then they just laid something over this.
We know that's new. This is supposed to be new. Who knows what that came from?
Yep.
There's that inner piece that I was talking about that goes down.
Right.
Or up, rather. It's angled right
Yeah,
here.
Right along here.
Yeah.
It's welded. Well, I guess it's
a little bit, I think right up here somewhere.
Yeah, there must be with them before they put the plastic filter in there.
Son of a gun. It's a clip right there. I don't know what for. That's why it looks factory with the clip, but then what's the cut for?
Yeah.
They moved it. It's not cut out here.
Ah.
They sliced it so that they could do that
Yeah.
and f the door up.
That's basically what they did.
If they had followed the contour that was on the original B pillar
And just put a new piece in here.
and worked the bottom, yeah.
Well, they had the rocker panel on.
Oh man, what idiots! And you can kind of see it below the cut.
Yeah.
It starts moving over.
Yeah.
They wedge cut it and then put a few tacks and then a bunch of Bondo and they're good to go.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
Let me go look and see if they make a bottom B
then
pillar.
that would be the reason for their gap here.
Yeah, because they didn't care.
And the door touching here on this body line, or darn near touching when we had it on, because they moved this pillar. That's why this comes.
I wonder how many people have worked on this. It's sure.
It's not the first.
This is more than 6 months of screw ups.
Yeah, this has a multitude of sins in it.
I'm gonna go look for a B pillar real quick.
All right.
See if it's something that is better.
What do you think? I know what I think.
Here we go.
Yep. Now it's got the lip.
And the point down rocker welds on the bottom.
That's all of this part here. It's gone.
And this lip is this lip.
Yeah.
Lip reveal that, and then this comes up to it.
Yep.
You can save this
Yep.
and put on this. This is $21, and that fixes up to here.
Yeah. Good.
But it gives you all that stuff, and that should give you some more reference on where things go.
Go. Yeah. Is there a right and a left?
Yeah.
Okay,
Do you think we need both?
let's go check.
I didn't think of that, but this one it's in stock. The other side I didn't look at. So I was just gonna look under there to see if there was any craziness other than the rocker. I know the rocker's the same way on this side.
I think the driver's side was the learning experience.
Okay, I see a bottom flange. I see bolts in here. How the did they put bolts in there?
Right on the before you put the rocker panel on.
There's 2 holes.
Yeah, the outer rocker. And the inner rocker's got 4 holes, 2 on each end.
It's got nut bolts in there?
No, there's no nut certs.
Well, they got bolts on this side.
Yeah. See?
They've got bolts front and back.
Yep.
On this one. And they've trimmed the bottom. They've up this inner rocker over here.
Yeah, well, we can fix that.
Yeah.
Okay, this is where we're at. I cut the damn corner out and threw it away. Awful shame, brand new corner. So, this is just a rough cut. We're going to cut back into here. Inside here, this pillar for the door is all rotted. It's not connected to anything, and it's supposed to be. So the individuals that done this didn't bother paying attention to the details. You can move that whole pillar now. So I'm going to finish cutting out the rocker panel off in this, and we'll go from there. Go buy beer, I think. I don't drink. I used to drink a lot. Now I know why. Alright, this is where we're at right now. That's all got to come out. In order to fix this, that down in there is all rotted. So in order to fix that, whoops, I got to take, this is what we got to repair down underneath this. set you down here. So what I done, I cut this all out. And this is what we got. This was in there with 2 little welds. So that's the inner, which is wrong. They had it held in with good old silicone caulk. The whole length of it. That's all silicone caulk. So, I got to rebuild while we were at it. Now, I got to rebuild this corner. There's a hole here. This, I got to rebuild. Down in here's all screwed up. This looks fairly new. So I'll clean it up and get it welded in. They got one little tack here. They're supposed I don't know what they're doing. So now I'll straighten all of this. See that? That go back on later. So that's where we're at. I'll get this cut off. We started to and just left it. I don't understand them. I don't want to understand them. So this patch panel here, they overlapped and they put a bunch of plastic filler over it, body filler. And I cleaned it all off. So I got to slice it in here, take this all off, push it down where it belongs so the door will fit properly, because the rocker panel was hitting the bottom of the door. So, alright, now you understand where I'm at. It's lunchtime and I'm going home. I've had enough of this.